Unfortunately, I couldn't get it on this camera. I need you guys farther back. I don't know about that one. I might have gotten it on that one. So you guys are starting here. This project is a series of 4 short films using poetry and dance in place of more traditional things like actors and scripts or music, which is more commonly found in dance films. Just by the simple fact that the poem has to come first, the dancers are held accountable for whether or not the dance works with the poetry.
Initially, it was a bit trickier to get some of the timing. With music, it's very natural to find, I think, the right cues in the music and the rhythm of the music. But after I listened to the poem a few times, I did find the rhythms within the words themselves, and I think it acted almost in a very similar way.
It is the first time that I have worked so precisely to words and the timing of the words. In the past, the movement has been more loosely connected to the words and not literally dictated by the rhythm of the words. So, for example, with Ship in a Bottle, where we were literally matching the movement to the words, that was new for me, and I found that quite a challenge. But I like a challenge, so I like the fact that it was different and it was new, because I always think it's great for people to constantly push themselves, and this is why I wanted to do the project, because I wanted to push myself in a direction that was different and new.
I do think that to a certain extent poets, obviously, they are involved in the process. For example, in this project, I had the poets come in and record their poems after the dances had already been finished, so we could more closely match the timing to the dance. And a lot of poets struggled with that because most poets won't read their poems with the exact same rhythm every time or the exact same emphasis.
I think one of the things I enjoy about reading my poems normally is that can vary on the night and I can put the emphasis in different places. Whereas with this, obviously the dancers were working off cues, so it needed to be consistent like a piece of music.
I love to work internationally with artists. I like to work with artists from different cultural backgrounds. One of the choreographers was back in America, so she had to function in a different way. It meant that she couldn't really teach the choreography onto her dancers. She couldn't interact with them while she was creating it.
But yeah, to not actually have the choreographer ever there, that's the first, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, I mean, again, it's about pushing boundaries, and I think that's great. I think that's really interesting, and it should be pursued.
My dancers had been dancing longer than I have, so I went in knowing that I wanted to figure out how their bodies moved before I tried to set choreography. We actually went through several rehearsals of improvisation where I would give them phrases from the poem or words that I thought were reflective of the poem, and then we would come up with phrases of movement off of that. I would piece together different phrases that we had come up with, and as that happened, I started to naturally see the choreography that I wanted to pull out of the dancers.
I think you're very easy to talk to and to work with, and very encouraging. I kind of noticed that the way you interact with me and also with the dancers when I came for the filming. That I think you're very good at kind of directing us, but still kind of encouraging us and motivating us and making us feel good about it, which I think is a really good skill. And also listening to us.
The type of work that I like to do is multidisciplinary collaborative work, so specifically that means taking artists and putting them together into one environment, one project, and then having them work to create a cohesive final product.
I certainly think from the poetry community, we're quite a sort of tight-knit community, so it's nice to kind of be able to work with artists in other disciplines and think about the crossover.
Yeah, I love collaboration. I think it's a really great way to meet other artists, not just perhaps dance artists. It's a great way to meet people who've got creative ideas.
I don't think it's truly a collaborative project if it's just a bunch of people working towards one person's goal. Everybody needs to have creative input.
I think you've just got to be really open, whoever you're working with, and there's a mutual, I think, respect from the beginning that, okay, this is a collaboration, we're all working together.
It's important to have the artists involved in as many aspects of the project as possible, and not just as possible, but as many as they want to be involved in. Obviously, some artists can take a more hands-off role, step back, only be involved in their particular aspect, but some artists really enjoy seeing everything, and I think that's really important.
But with this, I liked the idea that I could be a little bit involved in the process and kind of learn a bit more about how other artists might react to my poem.
So yeah, I really enjoyed the filming. I was literally buzzing when I got home. I was so excited, and I felt so like I'd really, well, all of us had really achieved something, and I just loved that sort of. It felt for me like all that hard work in the studio and the build up and the rehearsals, and then you do it and you think that's fantastic, we've done that. We should be so proud of that.
I don't want it to be something where artists find it difficult to do projects like this, because I feel like a lot of artists really enjoy collaboration, really want to do collaboration, but there definitely needs to be somebody running the show. It's such an undertaking to go out and to find the people required for it, to get them involved, to keep the schedules organized, to do all of that sort of behind the scenes work.
I think it's been very good for me that you've done all the organising, Erin, so I've just been able to join in with the fun bits.
Doing a project like this that was on a much larger scale than what I've done in the past really helped me to get a sense for what it will take for me to turn this into a career.
I knew I wanted to work with you because the thing that struck me initially was how organised you were, and also really honest, which is nice, because a lot of the time, people have asked me to dance in a film they're making, and they don't come with the full kind of story of what they're doing or what's involved, and it was just really refreshing to actually have someone say, yeah, it's this, and be really, really clear. And I thought, yeah, this lady knows what she's doing. She's really good at communicating. She's obviously organised. She's honest. She's upfront. So I thought, yeah, this is going to be good.
I'm really excited to do projects like this in the future, and I hope that other people will be excited to work with me based on the work that I've created.
I would definitely want to do something like this again.